Phil's back.
Phil's fingers are getting tired.
You can stop if you want.
Basically, Phil's like just before we press record, we told Phil something.
It's
totally
already
rad and
recorded.
excellent.
It's already recorded.
I know. We told him something so rad and excellent that he got that excited.
I did Bill and Ted. I can do a
that
Bill
was-
and Ted now.
That's kind of the joke I was.
Yeah, I know, but like, you know, whenever you do say something cool, I can go, excellent!
I'm gonna make sure I don't say anything cool this week.
Just talk about you then.
Hey, that's funny. Hit.
Phil's back.
Welcome to another episode of the Lucky Hit Weekly Podcast.
Or roughly weekly.
Roughly
at this
weekly.
rate.
We've missed another week this last
Sort
week.
of, anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Never mind.
gay.
Sorry.
Well, this is a special episode. This is
That was
episode
homosexual.
20.
Did I just say homosexual?
This is episode 20.
20. Oh, just like Slade.
What?
No. And just like Slade, we're hanging our stockings on the wall because it's nearly Christmas, apparently.
Well, if Facebook's anything to go by.
Facebook's anything to go by. It was Christmas 2 months ago.
November, wasn't it? Just full
Yeah.
of shit.
I hate people.
Only 28 sleeps until Christmas.
Only 0 fucks given.
Only 75 years since Hitler did all his nastiness. But, you know, since we're counting the days.
Oh wow! Just think.
I wanted to get a Holocaust joke in somewhere.
Just think though. We'll be alive on the 100th anniversary. Ooh, I have to celebrate it.
We get some bagels or something.
Oh.
It's actually a tragedy. I don't know why we're making light of such.
But I'm not. No. Whoa. We're making light of
Says
100
Phil.
years anniversary since he topped himself and the world was a better place.
I
I
can't wait for the.
rescued that one, didn't I?
Well done. I can't wait for the Kurt Cobain version.
He brought so much to the world. Crap out of tune music.
Like that.
Honestly, I really don't get why people
I
thought
did tune my guitar. I don't know the rest of it. I just those 2 chords and then it.
every day. I am Murray Curry. We've probably got a lot of people turn off now because they're like, Kurt Cobain is brilliant.
They've insulted Kurt Cobain and Hitler. I don't want anything to do with this.
Not even 5 minutes in. Pricks. That's a pricks. Right, I am Murray Curry and I am joined by
The Gagaman.
And Flat the Younger.
Excellent. Yeah. So yeah, episode 20, very special. We lasted for 20 weeks, technically 22.
Roughly.
Well, 24 if you want to count the pilot.
Weeks we didn't do anything. 24 if you want to count the weeks we spent at home eating Watson. No, I've got an explanation for where I've been at least anyway.
Yeah, you missed like 4 weeks there, haven't you? Or 2 episodes. Fuck.
Yeah.
Jesus. So, lower the tone. Let's get some tunes going. And then
Tunes are going.
never interrupt me when I'm talking shit.
So never interrupt you.
Oh, right in the back of the neck.
Zing. You got zinged by Aaron.
That's not something
So when
that
you
happens often.
When you go home to Cat tonight, she'll be like, "Oh, what did you get up to today?" "I got zinged by Aaron. I'm gonna go to bed."
I'm just gonna have a cold shower and cry.
Oh wow, sitting cross-legged on the floor crying.
You start picking apart your Bix disposable razor so you can get the blade.
That is extreme measures, but yeah. Okay, we're going to have a song and then we're going to crack right on with another really good episode of the Lucky Hit Weekly Podcast, episode 20 that we do every week with me.
Except for the past few weeks.
Except for the past few weeks. But yeah, we'll do a full episode. It'll be really good. Yeah.
Track.
So, we are backs.
Backs.
Sorry, I thought you were going to do something with your guitar.
No.
I thought
Well, I was
someone
just
was going
saying,
to play with your guitar. With your guitar.
No, there's just a bit in it where it goes like. If my amp would. Well.
Yeah, that was Metal Header from Guitar Man. Get around, man, lives on the PSP. Guitar Man.
Oh, so that was an exclusive song to that version.
Yeah, there were
Yeah.
two songs. There were Metal Header and there was another one that's a bit.
So I've got
weird.
the PSP one, but I haven't got the PS2 one. So I need to get that.
I like the PS2 one.
I don't know. I quite like the PSP. It's mainly because I got on with that thumbstick.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
I just love Guitar Man, so you can put it on my shoes, and I think it's the best.
You can put it on your shoes.
I think I said that before, didn't I? I was talking about a
Put it on
game
my
that came. It was, I think, it was Assassin's Creed coming out on everything. And I said, God, you can even play it on your shoes because I'm such a comedic, funny guy. Yeah, we're back. That was Metal Header, and they dragged me out of bed this morning.
Because we almost weren't doing a podcast.
Yeah.
But
It was like, oh, I'm not doing a
weren't.
podcast. Brilliant. I'm going to be a lazy bastard. Stayed up all night watching Father Ted, and now I'm regretting it.
Yeah, I stayed up all night as well, and then I forgot that no one told Aaron that because I was supposed to go somewhere today. I'm not going to say where because it's boring, but I was supposed to go somewhere today, but I can rearrange it for Friday, so it's all good.
I hope so.
Yeah, I can. Don't worry.
Alright.
But yeah, I was laying in bed, and I'd like just woken up, and I was sort of just like hair everywhere, and just and then it was like. Phil, Aaron, I was like, oh, that would be Aaron. Aaron.
So yeah, we're here and we're really enthusiastic and ready to go.
Get used to it.
The Gagaman's really enthusiastic and ready to go.
Yeah, he brings notes and he actually thinks about it before it happens.
We must be
to an
like
extent.
we must be like those college bandmates that everyone hates. It's just like, yeah, man, what are we doing today? Have you gone home and practiced the set? Yeah. You just wanked and played Mortal Kombat, didn't you?
No.
At the same time.
No. Street Fighter.
It was Final Fantasy. One of them.
All of them.
All of them.
All of them.
We got some news. You got some news.
There wasn't actually a lot, to be honest. I didn't
And that
know,
was the news.
Well, there was a bit of gaming related to television this week.
It
which
certainly was.
Different. Charlie Brooker popped up again. He did that Games Wipe thing a couple of years ago, which was really good.
Yeah.
He did this big 2-hour-long program on Channel 4 called How Games Changed the World or something.
Yeah.
And yeah, I watched it on YouTube yesterday, I believe. You watched it
I
as
watched
well?
it last night, yeah.
What did you think of it?
I actually thought it was brilliant.
Yeah.
The way people have been kind of talking about it on my friends list and stuff like that, they've sort of been saying that it's alright, nothing special. I thought it was fantastic.
I think the main thing I've been seeing people complaining about is they're just saying, "Oh, my favourite game's not in it."
Yeah.
It's like,
Why
yeah.
don't you talk about Gears of War?
where's this, that, and the other?
I will say though
You
that
did mention on Twitter there was quite a few games that they did start making stuff for it, but they didn't have time to put it in. Including
Yeah.
Dead Souls, I think, was in there, and I think there was a few other games as well.
well, yeah, because one of the things I was going to say was they 2 hours is still not enough time to cover that topic.
No.
Because there are
they
games.
did go through like the whole history of it.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean there
more or
are
less
pretty
Pong onwards, so.
pretty sort of important games that were missed out. Because like for instance, he didn't mention Sonic stuff, and Sonic was huge over like especially in
At
Western
the
parts of
time,
the world.
yeah.
It made a huge impact.
But I guess because they only really platformer-wise, they only focused on Mario, really. So
Exactly, yeah.
that was pretty much their sum up of like cartoon platformers and stuff
Yeah,
in a way.
yeah.
So you don't really need something that's
God,
similar.
this chair is
in
so
a way.
creaky.
Yeah.
If I make a slight movement, it's like...
That is an insanely creaky chair. You done?
What was really neat is that what was really neat actually is a lot of the shots of Charlie Brooker were actually in Southend, weren't they?
That's what I was going to say.
It says a lot about our
Was
arcades.
this post flood?
I think it was just a couple of weeks
recently.
ago.
Yeah, they must have put the show together like really fast.
Yeah, like a few weeks ago, because he was in the Happy Drome, wasn't he? For a lot of it. That
freaky,
arcade that's got quite a few good old.
Basically, right,
Yeah,
all the
was the one
shots
that
that he
was-
got were in places that we were filming in just the other week. I'm not going to say what it is we were doing in there because it's nice to.
It's not out yet.
Yeah, not done yet, but. It was very strange, wasn't it?
Yeah,
'Cause,
so
like,
we were talking to the guy in the Happy Drum. He said, "Oh, that guy on the telly, I don't remember his name." I was like, "Charlie Brooker?" And he was like, "Yeah, he was in
yeah,
here."
that's him.
Oh yeah, him. I was like, "Charlie Brooker."
And he was
in
hanging
here?"
around on the machines that we were dicking around on
ourselves.
earlier that week. You
Yeah.
know, he's
like,
freaky.
"Oh, he sat on the same machine that I'm about to sit on.
You should have.
I have shared bottoms with him," or something. Bottom? Oh, I don't know.
I'm going to be stiff in that chair.
Oh,
You should have put like Tom was here somewhere noticeable.
Or just a lucky hit sticker. Somewhere.
Yeah.
yeah. But how weird was that though?
Yeah.
Because when it came, because you said you sort of warned me beforehand. It's like, oh, lots of stuff is in Southend, and I thought, oh, Hippodrome and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Hippodrome, not Hippodrome.
Hippie Drome.
I'm thinking of lower stuff.
What?
No, there's a Hippodrome in.
Oh, there is, yeah.
Yeah.
Not what he said.
I don't know what he's on about. Yeah, no, Lowestoft likes to rip off a lot of Southend things, doesn't it?
There are Hippodromes all over the place.
Yeah, well, Lowestoft is shit. Anyway, yeah, screw you all our Lowestoft listeners.
They've got
All of
adventure
you.
land and I don't know.
Well, basically, yeah, because the first shot was Brooker standing on the Laurel and Hardy Suite balcony of
Yeah. with Adventure Island in the
Did
background.
I tell
Did I tell you
Parking
about
Palace.
that? When I was on the course, not this one, just gone, the one before, but yeah, we were in the Laurel Suite,
Oh yeah.
Okay.
and everyone was like, "Oh, it's just named after him." I was like, "No, they actually stayed here." They're like, "What? Look at that picture on the wall where they're standing by that funky patterned."
No, they just named it that for the
balcony.
sake of it.
Yeah.
They just thought, oh, we'll
There's-
just pick a random
that's the
celebrity to name it after.
all the curtain, like, you know, the windows were open. The whole wall is just a wall of windows, isn't it? And
Yeah.
it was just like, there's that balcony with that pattern. There's a picture of that patterned balcony with both Laurel and Hardy stood there.
With the pier
Yeah.
in the background.
With the pier in
Yeah.
the background, yeah. It's like, no,
You think that's a bit of a hidden?
no, they've never actually been here.
No, if they were just naming the rooms after random celebrities for the sake of it, they'd have like a Tom Cruise like room or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
This is the Tony Stark room. Tony Stark's fictional. No. No.
Shut up! He stayed at this hotel.
Yeah, we heard him tinkering about.
Well,
having an electronic urination on the wall.
what?
Because before the Charlie Brooker thing, there was that Channel 4 News thing, wasn't there, with Jon Snow. And Charlie Brooker was trying to show Jon Snow some video games, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And he said that at one point. He had the Iron Man character in Lego Marvel, like, flying around against the wall. And he actually said that. He said he looks like he's having an electronic urination against his wall.
Really?
It was quite funny, actually. Yeah, it was really strange. It was just, to be honest, I think Charlie Brooker was actually put on the spot a little bit. I don't think he really knew how to defend himself on that. Because Jon Snow, even though he's clearly never, because he said he'd never played a video game, and Charlie Brooker was like, "You've never played Pong, no. You've never played Angry Birds, no. You've never played Twitter. That's not a video game. It is a video game," and all this stuff. That was the bit at the end, wasn't it? A really strange part on that
Do
program.
you know what? I didn't
thought
watch
that was
it.
quite funny.
I was warned about it, and I thought, you know what? I'm so sick of seeing this in the media that I don't want to watch it. I'll just get in a bad mood.
Because he was basically saying that, like, social media is basically gamification of our lives, but
Which is
saying
kind
because
of a
it's
good
like
point,
retweeting and
Yeah.
reblogging and likes. And
I mean, it's
all
not
this kind of stuff. It's
literally
like
a game,
points,
but it's
not
a
literally, but
yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
I can kind of see where
It's a
he's
sort of
coming
fun way
from.
of looking at it.
Yeah, I
Well,
can kind of see what he's
doesn't
coming
Reddit have a thing? It's called like a subreddit or something? where
I have no
you
idea.
earn
Yeah, I don't
points
know.
or some
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so in a way, I can kind of see where he's coming from with that. But yeah, the whole thing with like Jon Snow, I actually thought was quite hilarious because he was just.
I can't watch people that are just belligerently ignorant and just.
I don't know if he was doing it for a laugh or if he
No,
was genuinely
he was hamming
like,
up to the audience
was
of
hamming
people
up a
that
bit.
don't like video games and live in the 50s. Honestly,
I mean,
I'm
to
so
be fair,
sick
they could have
of the
put on
media.
better. They could have put on better games
Yeah.
to show off. I mean, if he really wanted to make him show that they're not all just like punching things and that, they should have put on, I don't know, flour or something if they really
Yeah.
wanted to show him
Yeah.
something
Well,
that
one
he
of my-
could easily pick up
Put
because he
on
could just
Journey
tilt the
or
controller
something.
then.
I mean,
Because
one of my biggest
the
games
best
of
bit
the
of
year-
it was when they gave Jon Snow the controller on Marvel Lego and he just stood there. He just sat there and was like, "What do I do? But I guess there's another thing with like games. We can scoff and all that, but there's a lot of things in modern video games that, unless you've been playing them, unless you grew up with them, you're not going to understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Like cutscenes and stuff like that. It was like, am I playing this yet? When there was a cutscene, I was like, no, this is a cutscene. It's like, what? So, it's obviously this kind of stuff to us is like standard, but to people that have never played video games, there's a lot of things in video games that are pretty much made in a way that you have to have played them for a long time to understand what's going on.
But it's not that difficult to immerse yourself, really. Like to actually get a grip on what's going on. It's not like...
Yeah, but at the same time, Jon Snow was kind of showing that he doesn't even know what the Avengers is and stuff, so that pretty much gives, like who the Hulk is and all that. Yeah. It's like... Yeah.
He reads The Independent, not The Sun.
Yeah. Well, it's just that I can't... I don't want to watch stuff like that anymore because I've been watching it my whole life. Like, just
still
so
though,
angry.
Jon Snow was willing to have a look, wasn't he? You get people
to
like
an
Paxman.
extent.
You get
people like
he really wasn't
You
trying.
get people like Paxman who are just like, video games are cunts, and you're a cunt if you suggest that I even have a look at video games. Fuck you. I hope
you can always tell when someone's never played a video game.
Do you like video games? No, I've never
clipped
beaten a child in my life.
I've never beaten up a prostitute.
Sorry? Like one of my biggest games of the year for me was Runner 2, and that involved no one getting killed in any way, shape or form.
Just running around dancing.
If you fell down a bottomless pit, you just went be round.
Yeah.
No one died. In fact, the worst thing that happened... You go and you're alright. Yeah. And the worst thing that happens in the game is you kick the boss a bit.
Well, I've never kicked a boss, so...
well, you don't see me doing that. Not a civilised way to behave, is it?
No, you'll get...
Yeah, in old time he was like...
You go around kicking your bosses.
Like Charlie Brooker was, isn't this fun? Jon Snow was just like, at what purpose? And he was like, why does it have to have a purpose?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, why?
You don't watch telly going like,
What's
I
the
need
end
to,
game?
What's the end game? Yeah, I need to learn
what
something.
do I accomplish from this?
Will he get away with this meth business?
Oh, that's that. I hope he gets caught.
Yeah, but what I was trying to remember was when you always notice when someone's never played a video game when they say people, they say like people have been watching this game. Have you noticed? Like there was some clips on there. It was like, don't let your kids watch this game. It was like. What? You can always tell because all they see is a kid holding the controller and staring at the screen, so they just assume it's just watching. I don't know. No. It's like they're so flummoxed by the whole controller idea. Yeah. And, because obviously people were moaning about the games that were excluded, and one thing you have to notice is there was no Sega in it whatsoever, which I suppose. Yeah. To be honest, it's not the most significant thing in the world.
Well, to be honest though, Sega are a bit sue happy, aren't they? So they probably would have found some way to sue them.
I don't know. I think Nintendo's beating them in that department at the moment.
But the only thing that was vaguely Sega related in it, which they actually copyrighted on the program as Sega, even though they technically didn't develop it, they just published it on the Mega CD.
Oh,
and I think it was on CD. Yeah, Nitro.
Oh.
They had to bring that up.
Everyone knew about how notorious that was.
That's
the one that really launched. Like
that was it's a comedy game.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's about as much violence in it as a Benny Hill sketch. It's just a bunch of like teenage girls running around from a guy with like a stupid little claw thing, and a bunch of blokes in like black suits like wobbling around like bloody putties from Power Rangers, getting like smoked with like silly door traps. That's all it is.
Well, he had like a litter picker, didn't he? That was just like
yeah, it just like goes around their neck. But doesn't
I got this from the pound shop.
It's so funny because it was so obvious that people that were like protesting about that game had clearly not even watched it because they were talking about it having like rape and mutilation and stuff. I was like, you clearly didn't play it.
Do you think that's what it's called in like Poundland? You can buy one. It's called a girl pants grabber.
It was ridiculous.
So dumb. And they had all that stuff. They had like loads of different clips of like American programs going on about GTA and that, didn't they? And the funniest one was that most recent one from the government in America where they were listing off games like violent video games, like Grand Theft Auto, Splatterhouse. It was like the Splatterhouse. That's in like the Mega Drive game. I know there was like a remake like a few years ago, but no one played that. Oh, well, another one they listed off was Bulletstorm. It's like,
yeah,
Bulletstorm.
I just went, what sounds horrible?
Yeah, I was going to say, it's the name of it,
storm.
isn't it?
It's a storm of bullets.
Oh, Smash Brothers. Is this a game where you smash
your brother in the face?
Relatives.
Yeah.
This is a game where you can
Smash Brothers
destroy your family members with a baseball bat.
Just listen to this. That's horrible.
He's actually shouting Yahoo while smashing his brother in the face.
I thought of something quite interesting the other day, right? Just to go a little bit off topic. Right, you've got the Mario brothers, right?
Yeah.
Does that mean his name's Mario?
Well, I think in the cartoon it
family
actually
names.
was. Yeah, in the cartoon it actually was classed as Mario and Luigi Mario.
So they thought of that. There you go.
Yeah, in the cartoon they did actually think of that.
Mario brothers.
Yeah, funny enough, coming back to now we've ended up mentioning the Mario Brothers cartoon. Yeah, we've had a bit of bad news in general in terms of like sidekicks to game characters in cartoon.
And a huge load
versions.
of YouTube poopers everywhere.
In a way, yeah. Danny Wells, who was the voice of Luigi in Super Mario, yeah, basically he was in Super Mario Brothers Super Show. He was both, I believe, he was both the voice of Luigi and he was the actor in the live action sections.
Yeah, he called him an actor.
You got some spaghetti on your shirt.
So yeah, he apparently passed away this week. He was 72, I think.
Wow.
And yeah, so there was that, and then there was also Christopher Welch, who was the voice of Tails in Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, which was around the same time, back in like the early 90s. He was only 48 when he passed away.
Jesus.
He was 28 when he played Tails in well, apparently, yeah, it was 20 years ago, so he was 28 when he played Tails. Yeah.
Christ almighty.
Yeah.
I was going to make a joke, but about the Luigi guy. When he died, did it just go and he just sort of put his hands up and looked towards the camera and just
yeah, that's really strange. Yeah, it's like Tails and Luigi, both from the and to be fair, like
they're both the understudies.
as I've
to the
said
main
before,
characters.
yeah, and like Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog was like my introduction to Sonic in a way. Before I even played the games, I think the cartoon and the comics were the reason I was into it.
Yeah.
The thing is though, like, it's the year of Luigi this year, so that is a fucking bad omen.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah, it's terrible, isn't it?
The year of Luigi, let's.
Oh. Yikes.
Fucking Christ. Fucking Christ.
At least it's not the year of spaghetti.
So yeah, great shame that both in the same within the last week as well. So it's really, I think the case of the Tails voice actor was literally just a few days ago, and yeah, the Luigi guy was not long before that. So yeah, yikes.
Really
I just want to stop now. Why did you bring death into our podcast?
I don't know.
So we got Phil back. He wants to make jokes about willies and bums and
and Willie's in bums.
willies in bums.
Willies in bums. And moving on.
Yeah, that's a shame.
There was a I saw this on Eurogamer yesterday, quite amusing. There was a Super Hexagon port for the Commodore 64 by this guy called Paul Collar. He developed it for some kind of like Commodore 64 like development like homebrew competition thing. I'm wiggling my fingers around for some reason. I'm pretending I'm mashing on like Commodore 64 buttons. I don't know. No, I'm not really. I'm just
You're waiting 20
so
minutes
yeah, they
for a game of Monopoly to load.
yeah, someone's actually ported Super Hexagon to the Commodore 64, and it's shocking how close to the original it is. It's like exact almost.
Blimey.
It's really well done. Even the music, he got someone else to do the music, was like really accurate to the original.
How the hell they do
So I
that?
know, because obviously Super Hexagon was a bit retro-ish in style
Just
anyway.
a tad, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, he actually had it running on an actual cartridge as well. He showed it off on a video and like on the CRT telly and everything. And yeah, you can actually download the ROM of it. If you look up Paul KO64 on a website called csdb.dk, you should be able to download the actual Commodore 64 ROM of it and play it. And apparently the creator of Super Hexagon was okay with it as well. He was fine with it being distributed because he loves Commodore 64 anyway, as evident in his games like VVV and all that.
Oh, did he make VVV?
Yeah, it's the same guy. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a thing about that? Because like a lot of the people who made it had V in their name. Like,
Yeah, all the characters you save got fees for names, but then it also.
All had,
But the name of the game.
There you go. Phil finished it for me.
I think people have also suggested that the name of that game is supposed to represent the spikes that are everywhere in that game, like the upside down ones. So.
I'll tell you what though, like for a little quirky indie game,
I
like,
love
there's
that
so
game.
many.
That'd
That's
be
the thing
brilliant.
about indie games is it has to have a quirk. It seems,
Mm.
but that one is.
That
really
had a
good.
really good quirk.
It's all about like the Mario 2 style. But it's top to bottom as opposed to it's left to right as well. But it's like you go off one side of the screen, you appear on the other.
Yeah.
I really like that.
What was I going to say?
I'd like to play.
I quite liked on the Charlie Brooker program. They brought up Braid, but I actually liked that they ended up just sort of like slagging it off. They pretty much just said it was trying to be too clever for its own good, and actually wasn't that much fun
It was
to
Peter
play.
Serafinowicz
Which I kind
saying that he didn't like the main character because he looked like a squashed Hugh Grant.
Oh yeah, I thought that was great.
Squashed
He did actually.
When it zoomed in, I was like, oh yeah.
It does a bit. But yeah, I kind of had to agree. When I played Braid, I didn't really get on with it much.
I said
thought
it was
a
like
bit.
Mick Hucknall.
I thought it was a little bit boring, that game.
I don't know. I
After a while,
played
it just kind of got a bit.
But
tedious.
I completed it.
It did kind of.
It is hard. It is a hard
Yeah,
game.
it's super hard. Yeah.
I like what they said there. They sort of said that it kind of kick-started a lot of this, what we see now.
Yeah, all
Like,
these like indie
developers
platformers
on
and all that kind of
major
stuff. It did in a
consoles.
way.
Braid had a shameless cameo. Not a cameo. What do you call it when you reference something? Well, I guess
Can be, yeah.
Yeah, I suppose. But it was like your princess is in another castle.
Oh yeah, that little
Turned up
dinosaur
along,
thing.
right,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
the
thought
ending of
was
that
good.
game was quite pretentious from what I saw.
Yeah.
It's like something to do with
It was
like
a fun game,
you're not
though. I thought it was
you're not saving the princess. You're kidnapping her from her actual home or something.
Yes.
When it was really
Something
silly.
like that.
Yeah. I think, they even mentioned like the tropes versus video games thing in there briefly, didn't they? Very briefly, but it was. I thought it was quite interesting, the whole program. I think they did quite a good job.
I
I
really
think
liked
they did a really good job of
Yeah,
it.
you-
Considering
I need to
it
watch
was,
it.
Oh,
from
it's
what
really
I've heard,
good,
it
yeah.
was from what I heard, it sounds like it was thrown together in the last month or so. So
It looks
really
like it,
impressive.
doesn't it?
It sounds like it's
Well.
got all the guys, all the usual suspects, like Peter Serafinowicz, Charlie Brooker. I'm
Yeah.
hoping Kevin Eldon would have shown up. But I
He
guess
didn't know.
No,
It had
it wasn't.
who else turned up in it? There was what's his name?
Oh, Dara O'Brien.
Yeah.
Oh, we forgot to mention Peter.
And Graham Lyndon.
There was a brilliant bit in there, wasn't there, with when they were talking about what was it, the Spectrum and that, and then they mentioned
Oh, fucking
the
hell.
BBC Micro, didn't they?
Oh, they had yeah.
Oh, that was fantastic how they edited
It was
that.
like the console war between the because
Commodore 64
over
and
here
the
because it
Spectrum.
was the Sinclair Spectrum was us.
Yeah.
You know, everyone tended to be biased towards that.
'Cause it
And
was
America,
British,
it was the Commodore 64 with those ridiculous adverts.
Yeah.
And then there was the posh kids over here had the BBC Micro, and they were sort of saying like, Brooker was sort of saying like, one thing that Spectrum and Commodore owners could agree on was that Micro owners were dicks. And then it cut to Molyneux
saying, "Oh, you're
saying, oh, I never liked the other two. I was a BBC Micro."
That was so perfectly
I
edited.
always had a BBC Micro. It's just so well done. It just cut from
Yeah,
they're
that
total
was
dicks
a
to that.
Yeah.
I never liked him very much. Oh.
Oh,
Yeah, loads of people turned up. Brad Florence was brilliant in it this time as well. Can't remember who else now. A couple of people I couldn't stand, like that Labyrinth prick. He's some fucking rapper.
Oh yeah, that guy.
And like he's like, yeah man, I play some video games and there's like one or two weird references in one of my videos. Let's get him on.
50 cent, blood on the sand, 50 cent, bullet.
Oh, that's that weird. They showed a bit of like Robot Chicken with like Prapper the Rapper with
Yeah,
50
they
Cent
did,
for some
yeah.
reason, didn't they? It's like he's just been.
Oh,
Put
that
into
show,
obscurity or
that
something.
show can really miss the mark, can't it?
It has
a lot of
one or
time.
two funny moments, but
Yeah.
90% of it is
This Prapper the Rapper
Oh,
one was
fart
awful.
jokes.
It was
Yeah.
really crap.
Yeah.
He was like, and then Onion Head turns up and he's like, oh, Prapper the Rapper, ooh, drive-by shooting, ooh.
Yeah.
What?
Stupid.
Yeah.
You haven't returned my calls, so I'm gonna shoot you or something.
Yeah.
That's really
It's
stupid.
like, oh wow, you couldn't have written that any
There's
worse.
so much you can do with Bro Arugula.
Yeah, like
It's
you can.
already hilarious.
Yeah. You don't need to put 50 cent in there and fuck around with it.
Well, it's that whole American thing. Like, they have this preconceived notion of, like, gangster rap. And every single time they put in the same cliches of, like, drive-by shootings and drugs and... Over here it's more...
Hoes.
and or bitches. But over here it's just kind of... I don't know.
Pathetic.
Just chavvies, really.
Just drive-by shootings in the night.
But yeah, like, there doesn't have to be this... It's almost like a stereotype. It's almost like discrimination of chavs and gangster rap. It's like, it doesn't need to be all about that. It can just be... Rap can be mentioned in a way of, like... Well, in any way, really. It doesn't... I don't know what I'm saying. No, all I'm saying is it doesn't
I'm
have
defending
to have
rap,
this...
but I'm not sure how to.
No, I'm not defending rap. I'm
Yeah.
saying that nothing...
Fuck that!
Fuck that shit. No, nothing has to be what it is preconceived to be. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, that's grand.
That's...
Any more news?
I haven't been on a podcast for a while.
No, there wasn't really a lot of news, to be honest.
Excellent. So
I mean, the PS4 just came out. It apparently sold 2.1 million in the first week. 700,000 of those were Europe alone. So
I thought you were going to say 700,000 was sold to Sony employees.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, no one I know has
Yeah.
one because we don't have any money. No, we all give a fuck. I just don't have any
I
money.
don't.
I wouldn't mind a PS4, but
Don't
yeah,
give
I
a
want a
fuck
Wii U
yet.
first. Yeah.
I don't care about Xbox One or PS4 as long as if I can get a Wii U, I'll be happy with that. Because I said to someone else, they asked me, "Oh, why is that then?" I said, "Because the Wii U is about the games." I know that that's a Nintendo cliche. It's about the games, but it is. If you want to play games, if you want a console that plays games, you'll get a Wii U. If you want to be a dickhead and go online and tell everyone you shagged their mum, and like, if you want to have apps and you want Windows 8, then by all means go ahead and get an Xbox One. You utter
You
faggot.
want to swishy your telly stuff
Yeah, if
everywhere.
you want to get a Kinect and Xbox, how you doing? You alright? If you want to talk at your console, then go ahead. But
Yeah.
Xbox Warp Drive 3, I don't know.
Xbox, blowjob. Sorry.
Why do you never answer me, Xbox?
Sorry, I didn't hear that. I was like, blowjob, I want a blowjob. Mom, get out!
Did you say I want you to record my voice and then send it as a message to all my friends? Okay.
Oh, I got a message. I want a blowjob.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And don't forget, it's spying on you.
Yeah, the less we go into certain people, the better.
Well, anyway.
That was the news.
That was the news.
That was the
news.
Yeah, I discovered I've got my Marv screen back.
Phil just got
good.
murdered.
Yeah, I can do my
By the
my
news.
Marv from Home Alone scream.
That's a good time to cut it off and play a tune.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was Tetris.
Why did we play that song twice?
I don't know. The second time round was funkier.
We wanted to do a version where we do it all with our mouths and we show our cats off all the time.
Yeah. Call ourselves Groovy Smoothies. Or something, you know. Jazz Macaz.
So
that was Tetris. Just B. If you don't
B.
Tetris B.
Tetris
B. Yeah, it's just if you pick the other song. I think there's like a C and a D, but I can't remember how.
I think C was a bit crap. Yeah.
That's what it stood for. And D was just dicks. It just stood for dicks.
D stood for
A was awesome and B was brilliant.
Okay.
I'm a wordsmith. I'm like Keats.
Right. So we've had the news.
Yep.
That was great. So now we got something other than the news.
Talking about stuff that we've done the last week, I suppose, because quite a few things have happened.
The whole what we've been playing thing.
Oh yeah, that as well. I almost forgot about that.
I haven't been
that
playing
one?
that much.
How'd you
I suppose we go
forget
with
about
me because I haven't done much. So
Alright.
And that was Tom. It was Tom.
I suppose we'll go with me because, you know, it's me.
that is YouTube all over, isn't it? Well, I haven't done anything. I've got nothing to offer, but here I am.
I'm doing a vlog. That's what they call it, a video vlog.
Vlog. A vlog.
Yeah, so
I have nothing of any interest to say, but I'm going to say stuff.
oh, that's
anyway.
cool. This guy's done a vlog and it's already got 100 million views. All right, let's have a look.
Today I ate
that would be
some
a
Smarties.
Yeah. Hi. No, it's usually like an English guy. There's one called like Charlie something. I'm not gonna plug it because he doesn't deserve it. He
Let's
doesn't
just call
deserve
him
our
Ken.
extra
Charlie that
You know-
don't subscribe to his crappy channel.com.
guy. No, he doesn't deserve our extra 12 views of traffic. But no, he gets millions of views every week, and all he does is be English. He's like a little mini Hugh Grant.
So it's just all American
type.
people going, oh,
Yeah,
so
they
pretty.
get little like English guy boners, but they're like he's just like, hi, today I was eating Smarties. Americans don't know what Smarties are. They're little chocolate sweets to eat in the box. Look at the box. Box close up.
How quaint in English.
I was drinking tea. Just looks at the camera.
I went to the job centre despite getting loads of ad revenue. It's so quaint and British.
And I drank alcohol in a pub.
Yeah, I went to the bar in a pub. The bar is the bit where they serve you the drinks in the pub. And I got an ale which was warm because I'm English. Even though I've never been to a pub that gives you warm ale, ever.
Nor would I ever agree with that. I don't get the stereotype of us having warm beer. We do not like warm beer. In fact, we have things like Carling extra cold.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Ridiculous.
Americans drink light beer as well. I don't think I've never even heard of light beer until I heard of Coors Light.
Yeah.
It's like, what makes it light?
Until
There's less of it.
There's less of it.
It's just half full.
It's just watered down.
Yeah.
Well, you know, if John Claude Van Damme does the splits, it will sell anything.
Look at my bum. Do you like my bum? Buy chorus, please. Ah, that was my phone.
Okay, so we
What
went
have you been playing?
well and truly off tangent there. So what I've been playing this week is not much.
GTA
play-
5 and Black Flag.
That was last week. No, I've been playing a bit more of that Mars Warlogs that I mentioned before.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And what I can say now is I'm on the difficulty mode. I'm not even on the really hard mode. I'm just on the difficult mode. And it is a prick. It's so unfair. But it's not. It's artificially hard. It's just unfair. And basically, you get like gangs of 7 guys running at you. It's like if one of them hits you, you kind of flail too much, and during that flow you'll get another 4 hits, so that'll be all your health gone, and it's just like, honestly, it's too stressful. Normal mode was really fun, like it was a nicely balanced game. It was a little bit difficult in places, but difficult mode is ridiculous, and it just makes you think, what the hell is extreme mode going to be like?
Extreme mode, it just goes game over as soon as you start.
Yeah, just be like, oh, bums, I'm going to rape you in the bum, and then just bang, you're dead. If anyone's played Miles Warlog, you might know what that means.
Is there actually like dialogue in it that's like that?
Yeah.
Or,
I'm tired of pounding the same old asses. I'm English just because some useless tosser blew his beans up your muff. Yeah, the start of the game, you're saving this little guy from getting raped by a big... he looks like Doon from Shenmue 2, you know, the big guy.
Oh, right.
But he's all English, and he's tired of pounding the same old asses.
Lovely.
So, understandable, really.
Yeah, I get sick of the same old asses. I'm just like, from week to week, I'm just like, oh, it's just the same 90 every time. I need some new ones.
So, I mean, yeah, really fun game, but the difficult mode is just taking the piss now. Apart from that, I've been playing Ducktales as soon as I accidentally bought it.
I presume they never actually refunded you, especially if they noticed that you pretty much got all the achievements.
I have now.
Yeah, I don't want this game. Why have you 100%ed it then? Because fucking
It's
give me my money back.
No, what
I was
happened
angry the whole time I played it.
I played it with a big frown.
That's another YouTube mentality, isn't it? When people try to do like Angry Nerd stuff, it's like, oh, I have to play this really bad game and get really angry at it. No, you don't have to play it. Go play something good.
That was one thing I really like. Tom, you don't like Ego Raptor, do you? But
Not really.
he does this one character I really like. It's Piss Taker.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like, oh, get it together, game designers.
Oh yeah.
I just think it's a good character. This game is a bunch of ass.
But
Windows? Why would they have windows in their house?
Yeah.
So they can see outside? Get it together, gamers.
And those
Whatever.
windows are paintings. Come on, game designers.
well,
Yeah.
so basically, yeah, what happened about that? I think I might have mentioned it last week, did I?
Yeah.
Have I? Or was I too embarrassed to mention it?
You did
But
mention some of your mishaps and stuff.
Since Xbox have changed up the whole system where it's like you pay with currency on not all your purchases, on certain purchases, which makes me a little bit worried. On certain purchases, you won't really get the that confirm screen that you used to get, where it gives you like your full rundown of all your balance. And for years, for like, you know, I've been buying stuff on the Xbox for at least 3 years now, and I've been used to, like, you know, when you had the points and stuff, and I'll be checking my balance. I would go to confirm purchase, look at my balance, and it will show you what it is before and after your purchase. I go, right, I got that much, and come back out.
Yeah.
I did that a
You
couple
did
of
mention
times.
it,
I ended up buying a couple of games. So yeah, I mean, I wasn't going to play Ducktales because basically I managed to get them to actually refund it. But then they took so long to refund it. It was like, yeah, nearly 2 weeks later.
You went, right, screw you.
Yeah, I did. I went, well, fuck it. They got my money now, so that's it. I'm going to play this game. And before you know it, I got really into it, and now I have all the achievements. So I don't think they're going to give me my money back.
Are you sure you want this refund? Yeah, I've done it now. Of course I want my
Yeah.
refund.
You're essentially just renting the game off us. Well, you're just essentially
Pricks.
a bunch of twats who took my money, so...
You money grabbing bastards.
But, you know, it looks to me like I might not, because I still haven't got the refund, so...
What was the other game you bought?
That Mars Warlogs, but I actually want to keep that. So, yeah, basically I've got to give the money back to Kat for that. Because yeah, that's what made it an even harder blow. Because Kat was the last purchase we did on it was with her card.
Yeah.
It still had her card details, so I ended up buying it with my fiance's money, and she's not happy with me. And right now, you know, she's all pregnant and stuff. She's not very happy with me. Of course it was. As soon as she come through the door, I went, Kat, what? Can you check your account balance because I may have done something stupid. I could have lied.
I may have got a Russian mail order bride. Yeah, Svetlana will be here soon. Tidy up a bit.
Oh my.
What did you think of DuckTales?
I love it. Really good. I know that some people didn't like it. Like, not
I think
many.
it's mainly because of like
Mainly
the
mental
cutscenes that are like
Yeah.
breaking all the time. They're quite slow. But
Yeah. Well, the good thing about that is there is a what's it?
a skip option.
Fast cinematic option.
Oh,
Which is,
okay.
it doesn't get rid of all of them, unfortunately,
Okay.
but it gets rid of a lot of the really slow ones. Like in the Amazon, every time you pick up one of the coins, he stops
Yeah.
and goes, "Hey, it's a coin, laddie, hey!" And it's just like
Big long like.
he goes on for ages. It's like,
coin, laddie.
yeah. After you played through the game the first time, you want to see all this. It's fun,
Yeah,
isn't
yeah,
it? It's
yeah.
like, oh, look at him there. Oh, he called him a feather brain.
Blast me backbone.
Bless me backbites and curse me kilts. You think, oh, that's funny. And the second time it's like,
Alright.
shut up, you dick.
Yeah, 'cause doesn't he talk while you're playing as well? Quite a lot.
Yeah, he
of the
doesn't
time.
too much. Remember I told you
That's one of my
before-
pet hates
Yeah.
in video games.
Do you remember when I told you? I was like, I know it's funny.
talk.
Well, actually, no, it is annoying.
Yeah.
Because now I sort of got the hang of it. I can run through the levels quite fast, and he does just go like, "Oh, I didn't fucking, I didn't get to where I am, my back and doon." I was like, "Oh yeah, I didn't get to."
You
You
said
just
that
said
7
that.
times.
I didn't get to where I did my back and doon. I didn't get to where I did my back and doon. I didn't get to number 1 by back and doon. I didn't get to where I. Fuck off!
We get it. You don't back the fuck dude.
Yeah, that's one of my pet hates in video games where they have to make
Yeah.
characters talk in games because they always they never have enough samples for them to not
Exactly.
repeat within one level. It's just gets ridiculous.
The Elder Scrolls always make me laugh because even with Skyrim, you'd think, all right, Skyrim's going to push the envelope with this one. No,
No, they still
No.
repeat.
I took an arrow in the knee. Then I took an arrow in the knee. Then I took an arrow in the knee.
You started off doing the accent, and then you just went all weird.
Oh, I took an arrow. It's like going,
Well, that's what's happened after he's had like 500 arrows in his knee. He just can't talk anymore.
I used to
I'll be a lot
I used to be
happier
a
with a belly full of meat.
Meme.
It's like, yeah, okay, yo, belly full of meat. I'll be a lot. Fuck off.
If I stay out enough times, will it be a meme?
I'd be a lot happier with it. Shut up, you dick.
I'd be a lot happier if I didn't have herpes.
Watch out, Dragon could swoop down at any moment. There's one behind you, mate.
Did you know there was in the PC version of Sonic Heroes, there's actually someone discovered an option in like the hex code for it that actually was called Charmy Shut Up. And if you activate it, it turns off Charmy B's
Oh,
voice.
brilliant.
Not everyone else's, just his.
Good.
Wow.
Good.
But why is there not a shut up everyone option?
Shadow, you're not cool.
You're cool.
Everyone shut the fuck up option. But yeah, I just love that that was actually an option in the PC version.
I
Whoever
always-
ported it
I
to
always
the
get
PC
funny looks when
added
I
that
tell
in.
people I like Sonic Heroes. You know?
You might as well like Shadow the Hedgehog. Get it together, Phil.
No, but
I like
clicked
some of
with
the
Sonic
ideas
Heroes.
in that.
I
But
just-
yeah, the voice thing really drove me
Oh,
up the
God,
wall.
yeah.
And
But I just
yeah.
clicked with it one day. I was struggling, falling off ledges that wasn't my fault. Literally, you'd be walking forward and you'd go, just falling off the ledge. But yeah, one day I got good at it. It was good.
That's the best description of like dodgy platforming I've ever heard. Yeah, you'd be happy to go along and just. Do you know the worst game for me for that, like dodgy platforming was? It was the N64 Castlevania,
Oh,
which was
man.
horrible in all different ways as well. But yeah, basically the amount of I don't think I've ever seen the game over screen so many times in one game. What are you doing? You look like a lemming.
Do I?
Phil stretched his shirt out. If it was blue, it would be a lemming.
And had green hair.
Wow, we need to get some of those in blue.
What, stretchy t-shirt?
We'll just get like big American
Bit
size
huge.
ones.
Yeah, like 8XL.
No, we'll get the American small.
Ooh.
You fat bastards.
Oh dear.
Put
down the big bags.
I bet they just call them Max over
Oh god, we annoy everyone that listens to us. Right, so anyway, DuckTales, really good. Honestly, turn the once you play through the game, turn the quick cinematics on. Just enjoy it. It's really fun. What I like about it as well as being a very I don't know what you a very loyal remake of the original game. It also pays a lot of homage to the TV series, which I thought was a really nice touch. Like the writing and the characters in there, as well as showing some of the unlockable art in it, which are like all the original animation cells and stuff, are just amazing. Really worth it. Great little game. Definitely.
To be honest,
do not listen to people whinging about it. It is good.
Yeah, because to be honest, if that technology was available back in the NES days, they would have made it look as close to the cartoon as they could.
Oh yeah,
it's pretty obvious from the 16-bit platformers like Aladdin that they were trying the hardest to make them look like the cartoon.
That's right. Yeah.
So it makes sense. It's really good how they managed to get all the voice actors from Ducktales as well.
It's a skimmatar.
Yeah, fucking Aladdin. He wears a fucking sword called his fucking skimmatar. fucking Richard Branson. Fucking virgin. Fucking genie cunt. Fucking twats. Sorry, I went on a bit of a chat.
I think the only thing that Ducktales Remastered is missing is the
fucking genie.
It's a fucking
twatty, cunty, wanky biscuits.
It's missing the original game, but I understand that getting the the rights for that is probably
it's probably because the game was on
nightmare,
because in the case of like Mega Man 9 and 10 they were just like new build things, weren't they? They weren't actually like emulated from the NES. I think that's the problem. It would be getting the right to emulate a NES game on other systems.
It was on the NES.
If it was on Wii,
they've already
like the
cleared
Wii U
Capcom.
they probably could have got away with it with the Wii U version. And obviously,
it's such a copyright nightmare though, because you got obviously you got Disney, which they've cleared. They got Capcom, which they've cleared, but then it's NES, and it's a whole kettle of bollocks.
It's a bit like when Wreck-It Ralph came out and had all them different characters in it, and obviously because it had the odd Nintendo character in it, it had Bowser and that. They couldn't when they made the Wreck-It Ralph game, which was complete shit. They couldn't actually show any scenes for the film that had Nintendo characters.
Even all the Wreck-It Ralph, but I'm really not surprised.
It was. Funnily enough, it was only on like the Wii and the 3DS and the DS. I think the greatest irony was a Disney film about video games had the worst video game of a Disney video game. It's fucking dreadful. Just such a sweet.
Like
I think they got Activision to do it. Yeah, it was just absolutely diabolical.
The only good Pixar movie that ever became a game was Toy Story, in my opinion. I love Toy Story.
Mega Drive one,
I never played the Mega Drive one, but is it like the same or is it different?
What, is the SNES one?
I played the SNES one.
Yeah, it's the same game, yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is, yeah.
Oh, no, of course I played... Yeah, we had the Mega Drive.
That's what I was
going
to
say.
kids.
Well, I never really got that far, because it's a hard game. And I was terrible at that sort of thing back then.
I had a hard time with that.
But I remember watching you play it, and it was like... The furthest I could ever get was the vending machine boss.
Yeah, that was.
And I just couldn't understand it. I think that's probably why years later I punched one. just flash like Vietnam flashbacks of claw
all
machines.
the Woodies dying.
Every single time you get ouch.
Yeah. Or on the Mega Drive.
Just going through your head. Just ouch. Phil punched the vending machine.
Yeah. It's all laughing jokes, but I couldn't move my thumb for 2 months, and now there's fishing line in my thumb, so it's not really that funny. But we can laugh about it now. I had to wank with my left hand.
We didn't need to know that, Phil.
That was the hardest part of the whole thing.
Oh, we've gone on for like 20 minutes and we haven't even got past me. Ducktales is fun. Right.
What have you been playing, Phil?
What have I been playing? Well, I'll go into why I haven't been able to play games very much when we do our personal topics.
Yeah.
It's not wanking again, is it?
Always. But no, it's so yeah, I haven't really had much time, but I started playing a bit of Pokemon just because.
Which one?
Fire Red, just emulating it, just because. I had an old save file from it, so I thought I'd pick it back up again. I've just been leveling up with Raichu for ages. That's, just basically playing on a casual basis. But other than that, I've been playing Stalker again. But basically, with that game, it's got so much replay that I don't know if it has for anyone else. I'm pretty sure everyone else would just play it for and go, that was fun, and move on. But me, I'm like,
well, I like the
do it again. I want different items. I want to play as fucking
I think what done it for me
I
is
want
all
more
the
Russian
different
guitar
endings.
playing. Huh?
What done it for me was all the different endings. 'Cause
Yeah,
you can-
there's so
like,
many endings.
There's about 6 or 7 of the bad endings, and then there's like
Yeah.
2 versions of
I'd
the good
imagine a
endings.
lot of
There's
people
not
that
really
like
a
that
good
game would
ending,
play a
Not
lot.
really.
None
no.
of the endings leaves you going, oh, brilliant. Like, every
Cool,
single
The
but-
sort of
ending.
best you can hope for is the guy crying at the end.
Yeah,
That's the best you can
Yeah.
hope for.
that's the best ending.
Lovely.
Not being crushed by imaginary money was actually a ceiling.
Or plugging yourself into a machine for all eternity.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can choose not to do that, but even then.
Yeah,
like,
then he goes off and has a cry.
No, it's not a cry.
That's a
He's-
shame. They
he's-
should have done like Silent Hill and just put like a random dog ending in there somewhere or something.
Or an alien ending.
Yeah.
Or an alien and dog ending. No,
Yeah.
but well, fuck it. We've already spoiled this many endings, so we might as well just go for the whole hole. But it's a thing called the sea consciousness, which you can plug yourself into and basically live. It's like living in paradise, but it's kind of like Ghost in the Shell, basically. Your body is now gone, and your consciousness is part of this grand machine thing.
Oh yeah.
But if you choose not to do that, then you get the ending. You go off into like a field of flowers, isn't it? Do you remember?
Yeah,
And it's all like, oh no, he doesn't have a cry though. Well, I think he does. But he turns to the camera, and his eyes are. You remember the zombies?
Yeah.
You become one,
Really?
so you're still fucked.
Oh, he's in nice flowers, but he's a zombie.
Sure.
You become zombified. His eyes roll into the back of his head, and he becomes like the. They're Russian zombies. They're great. Yeah, they're just like. But they can still reload a shotgun, which makes me laugh. They can still reload an assault rifle.
Despite having a dislocated
Hang
thumb.
on.
Yeah, they can shoot. They can like crouch down. Well, I don't think they crouch down, but they.
Then
can,
they just sort of walk towards you.
Yeah, but they can aim and shoot, and they can get you in the head from like 30 meters away.
Oh,
stuff
dear.
like that.
On the hard difficulty, yeah.
But yeah, so
I
Still
hated that
zombies.
bit because it always slows down computers. The bit where you're running up, you have to turn the machine off and there's loads of zombies.
warning, dangerous emissions. I am from Ukraine.
The best way to do that, I found, was to just run.
I knife the zombies. It's easier to knife them.
Ah.
Because they don't crouch down, find cover, that kind of shit. You can literally just run, knife them in the face. That's a one-hit kill, and then just run through. I usually do that in like less than a minute. That whole thing. But I've also found that if you jump into a wall, like there's a few walls there. If you sort of jump at the wall, it resets the timer, so you get the 4
What?
minutes back.
Huh?
Yeah, I'll have to show you sometime.
Weird.
But yeah, you can
That's
basically.
the stupidest exploit ever. Oh no, I've only got a minute before everything goes to shit.
Just smack a wall.
Also, you know that it's called the brain scorcher, the
Oh,
machine
yeah,
that you're
yeah.
there to turn off. But you know, if you shoot it, it goes fucking weird.
Does it?
I thought I'm just going to try and shoot it, see if anything happens, and it does like smashing glass, but the whole game just slows really badly down to like 5 FPS or something, and it
Why
just
does it do that?
and it like smashes. It does like if you shoot a bottle in the game, it will do like a glass smashing noise, but it does that, but it does it like millions of them in a second, so it gets really loud.
Whoa.
It goes.
Jesus.
And then it just freezes, and you're like, "What did I do?" And then it just goes back to normal. It's basically saying, "Don't shoot the brain."
You'll kill your computer.
Yeah.
Don't fuck about.
What are you actually doing?
Stop it.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's scary.
Oh, that sounds quite disturbing.
I thought I actually did something that like you generally don't know about. I thought something amazing had happened, but no, it was just like a little glitch.
Wow. Bloody hell.
Yeah, so that's what I've been playing. What about you, Gagaman?
I actually just ended up buying a Nintendo 3DS in the week or
Oh,
last
that-
week. Yeah, there was, yeah, that's all. I just bought a new system.
Really?
It was in the Black Friday sales on Amazon. It came with Mario Kart 7.
Oh yeah, happy
on
Thanksgiving
the-
everybody from like 2 days ago.
Happy birthday, Gagaman.
Yeah,
Yeah,
happy
on
birthday
Saturday.
Gagaman. On Saturday. You
Is
got
that
a,
the same day as Thanksgiving, or I can't remember?
It was.
I think
That-
Thanksgiving
that
was on that
weekend,
Friday, wasn't it?
Oh yeah,
No,
might have been.
Black Friday is like Good Friday. It's kind of leading towards.
Oh, I
think-
think it was Saturday.
yeah,
I think
actually,
I don't know.
I don't know.
We don't celebrate it here because
No.
it's a celebration of their liberation from us.
Yeah, I
so
know.
why would we celebrate it? But
That annoys
It's a
me. 'cause
celebration
people,
of people
there's loads of
shooting
people on
Indians,
the
taking
Facebook
over,
going
basically.
like, oh, you know, happy Thanksgiving to my American friends. A, you don't have any American friends. You don't have any friends. And B, shut up, you dick.
Fizzy Wizard's just sitting there going, I'm your friend.
He's alright. But
I'm from America.
But it's not our holiday. Why do people try and celebrate other people's holidays? It really
yeah.
gets
We'll
on my
start
nerves.
having 4th of July. Over here.
Yeah, no, people do. People I know actually
Labour
do celebrate.
Day.
It's like, oh god,
Yeah.
so irritating.
And at the same time, they're trying to like outlaw Christmas in like public areas because they don't want to offend the Muslim population. But then like most of the non-extremist Muslims are like, we don't care.
Don't give a shit.
It's the odd like crazy guy who lives down one of the roads like in
like
a whole town.
Like
He just goes like, I do not like it. I don't know why he turned into Richard Wilson.
Bloody! Don't believe it. I don't believe it. Yeah. No, but.
Yeah, exactly. So, but obviously the papers just love to get people
hating
each other.
Well, that's the thing. It's like politicians and do-gooders and child huggers and stuff. They don't want to offend people they think would be offended, which would offend me because, like, I'm not a Muslim, right? But there's certain areas of London that they're trying to put them under Sharia law, where it's like women aren't allowed to show anything ever, and like they're not allowed to read or be alive or walk near people. I disagree with it. I think it's all wrong. But I'm not religiously offended by it. I'm not saying you can't practice your religion in our country, but I do think it's wrong. To enforce it on people who don't follow it. But it's like.
But the papers will have you believe that they're
it's their right
waging war to make this.
Yeah.
But that's just the way it is, papers. The whole thing about the way they treat video games or anything like that, it's just so easy. Hate is the easiest thing to just.
Oh, definitely.
About.
What's the word? Inspire. It's so easy to just go look at everyone over there. They hate us. We hate them back. And that's the media. It's pathetic.
Well, you either get the Sun, which is guru fuck off immigrants, or you get like the Independent, which is like they're all right. It's always left or right. There's no grey area. It's like okay, I don't care if immigrants come in, but our country is getting overpopulated. And a lot of people are actually emigrating. A lot of English people are emigrating over to places like Poland and stuff because there's more work there.
Especially.
Yeah,
that's always the one, isn't it?
I say Poland because obviously Jim and Twitch has done that. He's gone off to teach over there.
And he just says that he's just having a better time with it over there. People are a lot more laid back and stuff.
Exactly.
He was telling me that when we was here last and we had him on the podcast, he was telling me about how when he comes over here, he has to put up with the English attitude where it's like people religiously like things. I guess I'm obviously like that, but I'm not talking about like the point where it's like they really like stuff, but they defend things to the death, which is to me that just says the internet as well. But it's like basically it'll be things like I watched like Doctor Who on telly, and it's like people like
it's
me, I
all
can't stand
over
it.
Facebook.
Yeah, I know.
You can't
but here's the thing, like
the
thing that Simon hates is the fact that if you say I'm not really into that, they won't leave it. They'll be like, why aren't you into it?
I know.
Why aren't you into it? And they'll just won't leave you alone. They'll have a go at you.
That.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like he said it in Poland. It's literally like people are, the people are so much less like that. It's like instead of trying to alienate, they'll just go like, I've got a friend who likes that. Or they'll try and find something positive to say and then move on. Because I mean that's what I do to other people when they say to me, I like such and such. I go, it's not really my thing, and I try and move on, but they won't let me.
Why not?
It's also
why not?
It's also the other way around. It's like if you like something that they don't, it's like, well, what's good about it?
Yeah, they have to just have a go at you for it. That's the internet mentality. But
with the English thing, it's like as well as people love to complain. It's like I get it every time. Every time I've ever been to a restaurant in my life, there's always been at least one fucker in the background. You can just hear him go, I don't really like this very much. It was better that time we went to this other restaurant. And it's always old people as well. It's always like, we won't be coming here again. Fucking useless cat. Can I have a drink, please? Yeah, you go and get my drink, you fucking whore. You work for British Gas, do you? You bastards. No, but obviously there's just too much complaining in this country, and there's too much left versus right.
We started talking about what the Gagaman was playing a while ago.
Can I talk about my 3DS?
Yeah, go on.
The only thing I don't like about it is how the DS went. Yeah. This one don't do that. It just goes. It doesn't go. It just goes. Come on. Just does that.
It just kind of turns on.
That sounds like Fantasy Star Online.
A little bit.
Other
Other than that,
Oh, don't even get me started. Me and Gagaman were walking through Basel. We were walking through Basel, weren't we? Going.
oh yeah. Yeah, we were actually.
Why are we doing that?
Hours. We were doing some filming.
Yeah.
We were doing it for hours.
So, sorry.
So yeah, I got my 3DS XL. It came with
Anyway, what we talking about bloody Muslims in London?
Yeah, fucking Sharia law. Fuck 'em.
Sorry.
It came with Mario Kart 7 on the SD card. It had
Politicians
like
get all out. You know what they do? They get right on my tits, they do. David Cameron, or like fucking David Wang, fucking dickhead.
Anyway, what did you say?
3DS.
It came with Mario Kart 7 like on the SD card because they come with like a 4GB SD card. So I think it already took up about half the card. I'm not sure. But yeah, it was neat that it had that with it. I got it for I think it was like 130 quid, which is quite good for XL.
Yeah,
it's just like a plain white one. And they're also doing this promotion at the moment on Nintendo's website where if you register a new 3DS and one of so many games from like now or from November till I think it was like early October till sometime in January. If you register both of those on Club and Nintendo, you get a Super Mario 3D Land for nothing. They give you a download code for it. So yeah, I managed to get that as well. So I've got 2 free games with my system basically,
Excellent.
which is really cool. So I've been mostly playing those at the moment, and I also had that £5 eShop card that I got from Eurogamer, was it? I think on the like weird Nintendo wheel thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I spent that on Space Harrier 3D, which came out the day it arrived, so that was absolutely brilliant. So both Space Harrier and Super Hang On have just been released. Like pretty much as I got my 3DS.
I'd love to
like
see 3D Hang On.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to be buying that as well at some point. But Space Harrier, as when we played it at MCM, it feels like the 3DS was made for that game. It's just perfect. Like the way everything flies in at you as well. Yeah, it's exactly what as you'd imagine.
I was going to say on the subject of 3D, I saw a thing a little while back. Apparently, the GameCube was capable of stereoscopic 3D.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Apparently it was able to do that, but they were going to make Luigi's Mansion have a 3D mode.
That kind of makes sense to me.
It would have cost more than like
the world,
the console and the game put
together.
Yeah,
like how would they get a TV there? Because there weren't really any TVs that were.
But like they actually did put together like a.
Wow, I didn't know that. And Luigi's Mansion makes perfect sense because that game has so many bits that look like they were made for like 3D. Yeah. I mean, there is Luigi's Mansion 2 on the 3DS.
I was going to say that's why they put it on the 3DS
that's why the sequel's
and not
on it. Yeah.
On the Wii.
Yeah, that's another one of them games I really want to pick up for it actually. So yeah, so far I've mainly been playing Mario Kart 7, Mario 3D World and Space Area, and then obviously just trying out DS games and bits and bobs on there. And then there's also that little Street Pass games.
Oh yeah.
Where you like put the 3DS into sleep mode, and then when you're walking about, other people's Mii's sort of jump onto your 3DS.
Dragon Quest 9 had a thing like that.
Yeah, it's really clever actually. There's actually like a little RPG game in it, just like a really basic RPG where each Mii comes in and and their magic is different depending on their favourite colour they've picked.
Yeah.
And you just like fighting all these like ghost things, and like you can trade them around, and you can either attack with a sword or use like. It's just like a really, really basic RPG battle thing, but I think it's really clever. It's actually quite addictive when it almost makes you want to just like walk around the street for a little bit with a 3DS just to pick up some more like Mii's on there.
Excellent.
Do that. So I mean, on the way here I had it on sleep and I managed to pick up 6 other Mii's. So,
really?
Yeah.
Just on the way here, like from Southend.
Yeah. So it's really cool. I mean, when I was in London, I managed to get I think about 50 in a day. I think in the end, it was really cool.
If you go to Tokyo, your DS will just fry.
Oh, that's if you go to MCM Expo, you get hundreds. You get absolutely hundreds in a day easy. So because Stacey's got a 3DS as well. She's got the smaller one. I'm really glad I got an XL though because the screen is just perfect for me. I really didn't get on with the regular 3DS's screen. It's just too dinky for me.
That's the thing though. Like they need to bring out lots of different sized ones.
Yeah.
Because everyone's eyes are different.
Yeah, exactly. And I actually really like the
That's
3D
why
on a lot of things as well.
Like that they've got the slider.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, it's really cool to just keep sliding it up and down and watch it go. Just sort of like pop in and out. It's really
well,
cool.
for the normal 3DS, like the slider, if it's on maximum and I've got it sort of comfortably away from my face, then that's alright for me. But any less than that, or I move it slightly, then it just goes off.
Yeah, it does that with any of them. In fact, if you tilt the system in any way, left or right, it pretty much destroys the 3D. But I found it even kind of does that when you haven't got 3D on. Like, unless you're looking directly at it, the screen does sort of flicker a bit, which is a bit strange. But other than that, the screen's absolutely beautiful in it.
Yeah.
And,
when it works well.
Yeah, definitely. I've been trying out quite a few demos on there as well, because there's quite a few free demos on there. And do you remember Project X Zone? That was also that Sega Capcom Namco crossover RPG thing. There was 2 demos of that, and I actually really liked it. I was quite surprised, so I actually really enjoyed it. It plays a bit like Shining Force, except when you go into the combat bit, you basically just sort of bash buttons and watch them do all crazy moves and stuff. And it was just tons of fan services in it. Even some of the Sega stuff was really cool in it. They had you can have like Ulala walk in, and then she brings in Opa Opa from Fantasy Zone. The Space Harrier guy flies in, and you even get like that robot from Alien Storm on the Mega Drive just runs in and explodes. And
I don't think we've seen the truck with Sega on it enough.
Oh yeah.
What's the game?
Just run over the enemies.
What's that game called?
Was it Action Fighter?
I think so.
The one where you drive into it and transport.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was Action Fighter,
Yeah, I think that needs to be in more
It's
things.
really cool actually. One of the demos actually has you fight Doral from Virtua Fighter, and you've got Akira and Pi, and you've even got Barn from Fighting Vipers, which is really cool to me. So
Don't you think that would
even
be
has
really
like
cool?
remixes of the music.
You know the truck that follows you on Sonic Adventure 2? If you could somehow hack the game's camera or something and move it up to the top, and you see it's actually got Sega on the back, that'd be great.
Sega's trying to kill their mascot so they can bring back Alex Kidd.
So they can bring back action.
He's driving it.
Yeah, it is Alex Kidd, isn't it?
It's got like
with massive hands.
Inside.
Well, you saw in Generations they added chainsaws to it, didn't they? Like protruded out of the front.
Inside the driver's cab, it's just like.
Yeah. That's pretty much death music.
Okay, so that's what we've been playing.
Yeah.
We went on for a while.
Yeah, I didn't really get to talk about the games, but I did play those games. But I can talk about them again next week probably if I'm still playing them. So
they are good.
They are good. Yeah, Mario games, you know what to expect really. I mean, like 3D land. No, it doesn't actually. Mario Kart's pretty much what you expect.
I was going to say that about
in a good way.
About Mario on the Wii, whatever it's called, Super Mario Wii.
Oh, 3D World. The new one.
The one they just did a Luigi version of.
New Super Mario Bros.
That's the one. New Super Mario Bros. Yeah. I was going to say the multiplayer. It's all pretty well expected. It's like Mario, of course. Luigi, definitely. Peach, that makes sense. No,
she wasn't in that.
Peach,
she
sorry,
ain't in that. It's
Toad.
just 2 Toads.
Toad, that makes sense. Another Toad. What?
Yeah, at least in 3D World they have actually put Peach in the place of one of those Toads, so that's something. It was quite funny. Some of the characters you unlock in Mario Kart 7 are quite funny.
Mario!
Yeah, he's there from the start. But some of the characters you can unlock are pretty weird. Like they've got the caterpillar thing, Wiggler.
Yeah.
He's in that as a playable character. He's actually in a car, sort of like floating along. He's not even driving the car. He's just sort of standing in it,
wiggling about.
Yeah, it's really funny. And funnily enough, like Waluigi's not in this one, even though there's a Waluigi level, and from the DS game. But it's even got like the Queen Bee from Mario Galaxy. Like that giant Queen Bee that was in Mario Galaxy.
That you see once.
Yeah, exactly. She's playable in this. It's really weird.
Why?
It's really odd. There's so many characters they could use in these spin-off games, like from the RPGs, from like Mario and Luigi games, from Paper Mario, from like all the different like other games, but they never seem to use them. There must be some kind of like rights issues with that. Like they're only allowed to use them within those games because I know Intelligent Systems makes most of those RPGs.
That's very strange.
So it's always odd to me. And like WarioWare characters as well, they never seem to use them. They occasionally use like Donkey Kong characters, but that's about it. It's really weird.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping that like with the next one on the Wii U, they just go balls out and just put every Mario character in, or as many as they can. I think that'd be really cool. I do like the fact that it's got characters like Wiggler in it. I think he's actually really fun to play. He's got a really cute voice, and he just sort of like glides around with his arms and stuff. And every time he gets hit, he gets really pissed off and red.
Yeah, that's from Mario World.
Yeah, exactly. Like when he gets all pissed off.
That's
So
awesome.
it's quite appropriate for when you're playing it on
it's
150cc. It does make you like that anyway.
Yeah, it's also I think Sunshine. Or 64.
He's in most of the
both.
games.
But yeah, like he starts getting pissed off and stamps around. And
Yeah, he does that in Kart when he gets hit, which is quite funny.
They made Shy Guy sound like a cat as well.
Yeah, he sort of like sounds like some weird grumpy cat. He sort of just goes wow 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 around the track all the time. Like, he never seems to shut up either. He's just constant, but I like Shy Guy.
DS has got a microphone. Shut up, you dick.
This week's episode is brought to you by Shut Up You Dick. I think you've said that a few times.
Yeah, I want to try that on GTA 5.
What was it?
Just saying shut up.
This is a stick up.
Oh,
Put the money in the bag.
Every so often you'll be playing online, you'll just hear, give me the money, sucker! He's like, oh, someone's trying to be cool. But then, it was that time me and Simon mentioned that was so funny. He's like, yeah, man, give me some wine and a pack of the smokes. And some Skittles. Oh my god, that was hilarious.
That's what we've been playing.
Excellent.
Put the fucking lotion in the basket.
I tried it the other day on an online server. I don't think anyone really found it funny though, but I was just like, alright, what are you up to? Why are you putting money in the bag? Because basically I sort of flashed the gun and put it back down, so I was just standing there and he was going I just came for some lottery tickets.
Could I get some of those Slim Jims? I looked up Slim Jims because I didn't know what they are. They're just jerky.
Oh.
It's just jerky.
Yeah, I
never
never knew what they were.
I thought it was like sweets or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So damn Macho Man. He did the advert for him.
Oh god. Get some excitement. Snap into a Slim Jim.
Eat some jerky.
I like a bit
How's that
of
supposed
jerky.
to get you slim, or is it just because it's slim
It's
jerky?
slim shaped type, I imagine. I
that
don't
is.
know. Unless it's
Okay.
low fat jerky.
Okie doke.
went off topic again, yeah. Moved on to bounties. Chocolate.
We've well and truly gone off tangent this week. Okay, we're gonna have a song and we're gonna come back
Yay.
after the song.
Right.
Oh, I love that song, and we recently.
I don't think it's ever been that much fun.
Obviously, that was
Yeah, I was actually emailed this one from the guys from Read Only Memory who wrote the Sensible Software book and also working on that Mega Drive book we talked about last week. He actually sent me this because I sent him our sort of cover of it that we did on the podcast a while back.
Us just
being
weirdos.
Bollocks. And he said, "Oh, you'll probably like this. This is like an unreleased like cover, sort of like dub version of it."
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah,
the
original
version.
like composers John Hare and Richard Joseph did that version as well back in '93, and they just never actually released it in any form. So they discovered it when they were working on that book. So, yeah.
Well, that was
really
fun.
cool.
Yeah, I like that. Excellent. Okay, so we've been prattling on a bit this week, so I don't know how long we can go into this one, but just thought it'd be worth mentioning what we were up to last week.
Yeah, there's been quite a few little things.
Things.
Yeah.
On a little note, we discovered a new arcade that's opened.
Yeah, I actually forgot to mention it because Charlie Brooker went in there briefly in a couple of shots in the program as well.
We noticed that as well. Yeah,
we have another arcade in Southend now.
Yeah, the reason we wanted
cool
to mention it was because obviously it's just an arcade in a seaside town in Essex, but they've actually got some really special machines in there, haven't they?
And I think it's mainly like one or two blokes, isn't it? It's like their personal collection in a way. They've actually just been buying them up recently, haven't they? Buying them all off eBay and whatnot. And it's not down the seafront. It's not along the seafront. It's actually within the town.
Yeah, it's right at the top of the high street here in Southend.
It's quite hard not to. It's hard to miss now because it's got that big Space Invaders artwork on the front now. So
it's called Astro City, and we just wanted to sort of mention it because, like we say, they got some really good stuff in there.
Yeah,
they got some classic
like
machines.
level.
The Astro
City, yeah, it does a bit.
But it's got the big neon sign. It's got the original sort of last boss of Space Invaders. Well, I say original.
That artwork,
like
the big fuzzy thing.
They did eventually make him a boss, like the last boss. Yeah, they did.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't remember which one. It might have been Super Space Invaders or something, but I know that they definitely put him in the PS1 game as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was the last boss. He was awesome. Anyway, so they got the old Space Invaders, the big guy, the big alien guy on the front cover, and it's big neon sign. It looks really great. It's right upstairs where these old offices were.
Yeah. As we walked upstairs, we could hear Daytona.
Yeah.
As we went up, so we knew we were in for something interesting.
Yeah, it's just like he sort of beckoned us in. And, so they start off with some classic machines in there. They don't even say obviously. They had. They had Pac-Mania and
Pac-Mania of all things, yeah.
The original Frogger machine with its lovely artwork on it.
Yeah.
What
Best
blew me away was the Gauntlet, the original Gauntlet machine.
It was in immaculate condition, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like the actual 4-stick.
Yeah, the one we had to sort of gather around, like, because I like
squash
playing
up,
for the Viking, like monsters.
Yeah, he's in the corner, so you have to look at the screen from the side in a way. Yeah.
So, unfortunately, a few of these machines are expensive, but that's mainly because the amount of
he had some of them set up to like £1, didn't they, and some 50.
Yeah, he was telling us how much he spends on maintenance for the machines because they just break down.
For example,
all the time.
he bought the Daytona machine. We were chatting to him. And he said he bought the Daytona machine off eBay, I think, for about £500, and then he spent several grand just getting it working, and it's still playing up.
Yeah,
one of the screens was all.
When we were in there, one of the screens was knackered.
Yeah.
So so they got like Pac-Mania, they had Gauntlet Legends in there
as well. Yeah. It was like 2 rooms, wasn't it? But apparently they're going to knock down the wall and make it so it's all just
that's right.
one big room.
And because do you remember we were sort of making a joke when we went out there? It was like, I hope this is a decent arcade and not just like full of chavs and pool tables. But they had all the machines, and then in the corner there were chavs on pool tables.
Yeah.
But no. I mean,
best of all, it had a collection of cave shooters.
Exactly.
I never thought I'd see cave shooters in Southend.
Yeah.
In any.
And they were the proper machines as well.
You're lucky if you even see them in like London.
Yeah.
They had a bunch of those like Sega. I think they're actually called Astro City cabinets. Yeah. I wonder if that's what they named it after because they got loads of them like cabinets.
But what did they have? They had.
I know they had a few other old games like Donkey Kong and that set up as well, and like set machines.
Time Crisis. Two.
They had this big DDR thing, but it was instead of using your feet, you like move your hands over some things. That was weird. That giant machine. Best of all, those cave shooters. They had like 4 in a row. They had G Darius, which was ported to the PlayStation. I think that was really cool. Yeah, they got loads of nice shooters in there. And, like,
what was that one? I mean. It was Japanese, so I can't remember the name of it. But what was the one? It had like a medieval feel to it. It was really good.
One of the cave shooters, I think.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
I forget the name of it now, but
that
was
a
good selection in
there.
Yeah, really cool.
And I love the cave shooters as well. Admittedly, I need to play a lot more of them. But,
but
I think one of the things that blows me away about it, apart from the stunning graphics, is also the really nice soundtracks to them.
And the thing with cave shooters is most of them have never been released over here until quite recently. There's a few releases on the 360 that you can get really cheap now, like Dodonpachi Resurrection. I think that's like a tenner now. But other than that, most of those games are like really expensive import games for either the 360 or the Saturn. So,
exactly. Yeah.
So actually being able to just walk in there and play them for 50p for a few
50p.
minutes is alright.
That's great because now I know what
on a proper CRT with like proper sideward CRT where
that's
been set up for like the vertical shooting.
Well, it's great to be able to spend a little bit of change in our hometown on something like proper decent arcade gaming again. So I just wanted to mention that.
Yeah, if you're ever in Southend, have a look at Astro City.
It's pronounced Astrocity.
Astrocity Zone.
So we cut that one a bit short, didn't we?
Yeah, there was that.
Yeah. So there was that, and then we also went off to a very special event up in London last week, didn't we?
Yeah, on Wednesday Wednesday was the 15th anniversary of the Dreamcast launch in Japan from 1998. So 15 years. The guys at Reztron set up a Dreamcast party in a cocktail bar, didn't they?
Yeah.
It was up on the bottom floor of this cocktail party.
That's
right. Go in there. Didn't buy any cocktails because we didn't have enough money.
We didn't have money.
But
no,
it was cool though.
Great,
wasn't it? They had a big projector set up. If you follow our Facebook page, which you should be if you're on Facebook, we put up a bunch of photos of it. They had a big projector that they had a Mega Dreamcast set up for. They had several other Dreamcasts on CRTs. They had Samba de Amigo with 2 maracas set up.
That's right, yeah. Which I can't play.
Even I forgot how to play it. I haven't played it for a long time, but for the most part. And they even had a Master System with the 3D glasses add-on, which is impossible to get. No one owns those.
I don't know what was up with it, but I just couldn't gel with it.
I think it's just because it's really old 3D. I mean, I'm sure at the time it was better. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if it's like maybe it was always crap. I don't know. It probably was.
Just the version that we were playing just didn't really work.
It sort of worked because they had 2 games there, didn't they? They had that one that was called like Fire something or other. And that one was mostly just a 2D game anyway, so it was just like slight depth. But then they had Saxon 3D, which actually had like enemies like flying in from the distance. And it was kind of cool. The only thing was it wasn't actually that fun of a game. It was a bit slow, really, and plodding. So even though it was kind of interesting technologies, they're not very good games on it.
Cost a fortune.
I know there was like a Space Harrier on it as well, so that might be quite good. But they had that set up. Trying to think what else they had. They had all games just like scattered everywhere, didn't they? They had a bunch of old magazines there.
We had a fun 4-player game of Bomberman Online.
Oh, that was good, yeah.
That was probably one of the longest matches we've ever had. We had everyone there just going like, oh, come on!
Just get on with it. We want to play more Guilty Gear.
It's like that was annoying.
There was these 2. A lot of people just wanted to play Guilty Gear X all the time for some reason.
But it was funny because we we sort of made the mistake in the settings of putting it on 5 points to win.
Yeah, and then every one of us got like 4 points. So it was just, it ended up going on forever. So you can imagine how many rounds that was.
Oh, that was fun though.
Yeah,
there was a QTE competition for
Shenmue.
You did
QTE title.
Yeah. In the yes, the one where you punch the pads, and I lost.
Yeah, but you forgot to mention that you the work you had to do just so they could get it, because they didn't have a save file. They didn't have a save file of Shenmue, so they needed someone to play through the game up until the point where you actually get to the arcade. Yeah. So you just sat there and just played it.
It doesn't sound like a lot, does it? Because you're just like, oh,
it is a good 20 minutes or
play
something.
with a cat, go to an arcade, but
it's
was
a good
like
half
20. An hour.
Yeah, it's a good half hour, just like messing around with
maybe because the conversation's gone forever and you can't skip them. It's just like, can we keep the kitty? I don't care. I want to play Space Area.
Yeah, when we got to the arcade and before the contest, I just ended up playing Space Area and hang on, didn't I? It's like, oh, in a day's time I'm going to get to play these in 3D. but yeah, that was...
Yeah, it's a really good event. And
yeah, you were definitely humbled by that QTE thing. You weren't even second, you were like 4th in the end. Because everyone... Like the one that won it, she was amazing at it.
Yeah, I know.
She was just sitting there, just going tap. Well, the funny thing with that was like when she started, she failed twice straight away, didn't you? She was just thought, oh, she ain't.
And she turned around and went, "Oh, I'm too drunk to play this." And I was like, "Oh, good. What are you doing?"
And then
what are you doing?
About half hour later, she was done on her last live. It was ridiculous. It was like, it went on forever, didn't it? I think she doubled your score.
Oh yeah, well and truly. And there was another guy who wouldn't stop. Like, he was just like, "Oh, I failed again. Let me have another go." Yeah, he's like, "Oh, fuck off."
Yeah, he shouldn't have been allowed to play it 3 times. Yeah. But
no,
either way,
really,
no one
really
was
good.
Close to beating her at it anyway.
No.
She had the same Ria Hazuki hoodie on, didn't she? But she also had like a little plaster on her face as well.
That was the power.
Yeah, she had the plaster on her face, so that helped.
So, yeah, I mean,
it was really cool. We were there from like 5 till 11 or half 11. We forgot to mention they also had that full Japanese Mega Drive setup with the Mega CD karaoke,
which we had to go out and embarrass ourselves on.
Oh, we can't wait to get that
video
out.
Every
amazing. Single thing, yeah. And there's this like big Japanese only Mega CD attachment, and it basically means the Mega CD can run any karaoke CD.
Yeah.
So they could just put in any like English ones. It doesn't just take its own proprietary ones.
I think that was on there.
I'm pretty sure that was on there.
We have footage of us, which we're going to do stuff with very soon, of me trying to play Don't Fear the Reaper.
Oh god, and me on Eye of the Tiger, that was fun. Yeah, that was some good stuff.
Eye of the Tiger, it's a Mega Drive.
On the Mega Drive. Well, basically, that karaoke add-on is
Does
like
it have
fortune,
like Mega Drive sound card playback?
No,
it's
the Mega CD.
It's on CD. It's just karaoke CDs. So. Yeah, so it's just karaoke CDs, wasn't it? Oh, it's really cool though. I really want one of those.
Do you know how much? Like,
I think you have to have a
Mega
Mega CD one for fortune.
Yeah,
they're not even on eBay. They're so sought after.
They're so rare. They're not on eBay.
Yeah.
eBay just doesn't know what it is.
I'm pretty sure you need a Mega CD 1 as well, because that's the one that goes underneath the Mega Drive, and it sort of goes on the side of both, so it like lines up with the Mega Drive 1 and the Mega CD 1. So if you had a Mega CD 2, it'd kind of look a bit weird.
Surprised the end of the evening didn't have you running off with it. Under arms.
Back off. It's just so weird seeing the whole thing. It was massive.
Yeah,
it is huge.
Just
amazing. I love it.
It does look like a last boss.
Yeah, I love it. Well, it almost technically was a last boss in Sega Gaga, wasn't it? When it actually like the Mega Drive and then the 32X and Mega CD attached.
That's right.
It didn't have the karaoke thing though.
The N64 one.
Oh, the DD,
huge as well.
Oh, that DD attachment.
Because the N64 is a big console anyway.
Yeah, it is pretty big. Yeah.
This other thing was like even bigger than it.
And it was went underneath it. Yeah, and there was some add-ons for the SNES as well, wasn't there? There was the Satellaview thing, that online type thing, and that went underneath it, and that was like quite a big machine.
That was a weird thing. Yeah.
So it's not just Sega that did like loads of add-ons for their systems. It's just the Sega ones were the only ones to come out outside Japan, I think, because obviously there was the Famicom disc system as well. That's another big thing that doubled the size of the already really tiny Famicom, so it wasn't that big anyway.
Yeah. Oh wow. But yeah, keep an eye out for Reztron's events because they
they
do stuff throughout the year, don't they?
Yeah, I mean next year they said next year is going to be the Saturn's 20th anniversary, so they're definitely going to do something for that. Funnily enough, it will also be the 32X's 20th anniversary as well. And they joked that they could probably just play all the games of the 32X in one night easily. Most likely. I actually wouldn't mind that because I know how bloody rare and expensive 32X games are and how fucking hard they are to set up. I still can't get my one to work properly. It's decided to stop working again. And yeah, the only game I can get it to run now is Space Harrier, which is weird because that's like a copy that's got like weird melted plastic on the top of the cartridge. Yet it still works.
Well,
all my other games ain't
plastic
working.
on the top of your other one.
Yeah. It obviously works. Don't mess with it.
Yeah, they're saying they're going to do a lot more. They're definitely going to do more events. Hopefully, sometime early next year or something.
Yeah,
probably with all the Sega systems because the guy that runs it's like Sega bias, so it's always going to be Sega systems.
Yeah.
I mean, they did do an event at a nearby location the day before as well, where it was just like all general Sega systems all set up. But yeah, we got to play a little bit of House of Dead 2 on an actual CRT for the first time in years, so that was cool. Even though it was a small CRT, but yeah.
Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
Which I can't play very well.
Their souls clash in the moonlight. Damn, I lost the battle.
Victory was snatched from the clutches of Mariko.
That was a fun night. That was a fun night.
That was an amazing night. Really good. It was worth the ridiculously long trip.
Yeah, it was a long.
He was amazed, wasn't he? The guy who runs it.
Yeah, we were the furthest
like,
people.
You come from Essex? Like, yeah, we did. It's like, what?
Everyone else was
lived
quite
down
low.
the road.
Yeah, exactly. Just like, it was just us that came from a distance.
Yeah,
and it wasn't anyone.
Yeah, but we couldn't miss the Reptar event.
It was good stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had a busy old week. And look forward to videos.
In the case of and on my birthday on Saturday, I also went to London again on Saturday with Stacey, and we went and checked out that retro game base shop. It's a nice shop. It's a really nice shop. We were there for probably almost 2 hours looking, but I could not afford anything in there. It was
did they sort of jack the prices
it's
up?
pretty much convention prices. You know, like what you see at like MCM. It's ridiculous.
And you just laugh at them and just go, yeah, all right, mate.
Yeah. Well, I was just looking around like, is there anything I can like? That's anything that's not double what it is on eBay. I really want to buy something, and I was just looking around like. Twinbee. Oh, I like Twinbee on SNES. It's £27.
What?
Oh, some of them were absolutely ridiculous. They had like a boxed Game Gear for like £87.
Oh, fuck off!
It's just ridiculous. I think they had a NES in there for like 100. Yeah, it was a really nice shop to look at. And the other thing is all the arcade machines they have in there, they weren't actually set up. Bit of super hang on.
So yeah, unfortunately, it was a bit.
And it took a long time to get there. It was like in this area that's quite hard to get to, so it was a bit of a disappointment. But we also went to the Loading Bar in Soho. That was really good. You'll definitely enjoy it there. We'll definitely have to go up there. A lot of us sometime because it was really good. You know.
They have.
It was one of those unusual clubs where you can actually hear yourself talking, and it was like 2 floors, and you went in, and they had all systems set up. They even had they had an Xbox One there actually, so you could have technically played Dead Rising 3 in there. They did have a whole parlour like Xbox One games.
You want to be careful going to unusual clubs in Soho though.
No, we've done
that one was really nice. Yeah, that one was really nice.
They have like really obscure cocktails. Like you had a BioShock Infinite one, didn't you?
Yeah. There was they're all themed like after games. So one of them was called Earthworm Gin and stuff like that. Yeah, I had the BioShock one, and Stacey had the Kirby one, which was appropriately pink. And then we ended up getting cocktail shots because they actually do like a bundle of what was it? 10. I think it was 10. No, not 10 shots. 6 shots for a tenner, which was really good.
Yeah, by London
and
prices,
they're like,
that's not bad.
That's really good for London. And they just
It's
sort of
like
like give you they give you like random ones, and they're all named after like Mario Kart characters. And so obviously they had a Peach one, and it was Peach Snaps and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they had they had lightweight, middleweight, and heavyweight. We just tried out lightweight this time, but we'll definitely give the other ones a go next time, especially since the lightweight ones were mostly sort of milk like ones, ones that got milk in them. So Stacey wasn't really crazy on them. So even though what we did is we split on one lot of 6. Yeah. And then Stacey was like, "Oh, I don't like that flavour." No. She only ended up having 2, and I had the other 4. So obviously when we got out of there, we were a little bit tipsy. We only had the lightweight.
I saw that you drew some very strange pictures.
Oh yeah. They had like these...
Dan.
Yeah. Do you not know what that's from?
No.
There's this YouTube channel called Reztron, and they basically just take the piss out of really bad Let's Plays. And then, yeah, and there's this classic one on there. There's this guy that sounds like a jock that's playing Super Bomberman 2, but he keeps calling it Super Bomberman 2. He's like, "Oh, Super Bomberman 2," and he says all this stuff like, "Well, who's these triple fudge packers?" or whatever. It's like, what the hell is he even talking about?
Oh,
like
I saw that. Yeah,
have you seen?
You put fudge packer.
Yeah, I was a bit drunk, so I couldn't spell anything properly. And the reason I ended up drawing that is because there was a SNES at the other end of the room. Someone actually started playing Super Bomberman 2. I was like, "Oh my god, it's Super Bomberman 2 with the triple fudge packers." So I had to doodle it down. I haven't actually got a photo of it, but Stacey drew one as well of Glowbox from Rayman Drunk as well, because he is in one. I think in Rayman 3. And he's just like, "Oh, Rayman, I didn't know you had a twin." And she actually drew that on one as well. That was really cool.
We'll have to get up there sometime.
It was really cool going back to Read Only Memory of making that Mega Drive book. They actually had a whole pile of those Sensible Software books there, like the previous Kickstarter book they did, because they actually had a launch party there, like months back when the book launched.
Excellent.
I really wish I caught that now, because apparently I was chatting to the guy that ran the place, or one of the guys that runs the place, and he was saying, "Oh yeah, them guys were down here, they launched the book here, they actually had a load of veterans from like the Amiga days, from Team 17 and Bitmap Brothers and all that down."
Wow.
And obviously I emailed the guy that Read Only Memory, "Are you going to be doing a Mega Drive launch party as well? Because we definitely have to try and get there for that."
Yeah.
They said, "Oh yeah, we probably will do, and obviously there won't be as many original developers because they're all Japanese." But can you imagine if we managed to get like Yuji Naka down?
Yeah.
We just got pissed with Yuji Naka.
Yeah.
That'd be quite
If he
amazing.
gets really tired, he'll be like, "Oh, I'm Yuji knackered."
So yeah, that was really cool. I ended up buying the book in the end because it was there, so I didn't have to pay postage. Exactly. Yeah, because it was there. And I was a bit drunk, so I was just like, "Yeah, I'll have a book. Give us it." I wasn't that pissed. I was enough to get home. Yeah, it was really cool that night. That really made up for sort of the slight disappointment of Retro Game Store, and it also there was a lot of shitty like getting there, like the travel.
So the money you could have spent, the money you could have spent like paying two times for a game, you just got pissed.
Got pissed and bought a bunch of Studio Ghibli books in Forbidden Planet, I think, and that Read Only Memory Sensible Software one. I haven't read it all through it properly yet, but it looks like it's going to be a really cool read. It's actually got like a whole like sort of like even like childhood, like just silly childhood stories of the developers. You know, it's only like 3 or 4 people. It's just about them as mates, as like growing up and all that kind of stuff. And even has like silly stuff like it shows them showing off the cars they bought when they sold their first game and shit. There's even got a few like cancelled games in there, which is pretty cool. And it's all this like funny little spin-offs they did, like Unsensible Soccer, that had you playing as apples and oranges. And what was it? Sensible Soccer England versus Germany edition, and it was actually all the cannon fodder sprites, and you could blow each other up on the pitch. I miss that company. They were really cool. Yeah. They closed down in like '98, I think. But yeah, it's got WizKid in it. It's got all the really cool like Amiga games they did in it. And I think there was like a cancelled game for the Mega Drive in there called the Console Olympics or something. I haven't actually read what it was about yet, but it sounds quite interesting. So yeah.
Excellent stuff.
That's what we've been up to last week.
Yeah,
pretty
it's
cool
been
stuff.
good. So I can confirm that I haven't been buying any more accidental purchases on the next one. Why did I do finger punctuation there? I didn't buy them on purpose. Oh well. We have another song.
Yep. And then we'll come back.
Maybe.
Maybe, or we'll just run off and leave it recording to nothing. We'll put that on.
Oh, just
We were talking about goose.
News.
I wanted to get my best goose. Oh, get that fucking Fanta in there, you bastard!
What was the song, Tom?
Oh my god, that was Over the Bay from Revenge of Shinobi on the Mega Drive. Revenge of Shinobi!
Yuzo Koshiro.
If I use it, yeah, Yuko Koshiro.
Yuko Yujiro.
From Douglas
Hitting me with
Japanese.
headphones.
And
Yuzo Koshiro.
yeah, as we all know, stuff.
Yuzo Koshiro's a genius.
Yeah, exactly. As we all know, Revenge of Shinobi was a fantastic game with a fantastic soundtrack.
Oh, it has a fantastic soundtrack.
Oh,
What is going on this week?
We've reverted back to stupid noises.
Yeah.
it feels back, so
Yeah.
we've missed out on our quota over the last few weeks of going. Yeah.
We need to catch
So
up.
we're catching up for like a month's worth in one episode.
I don't know.
So yeah, we're winding down, as I say a lot. I spend my entire life winding down.
Well, you're not being wound up.
Yeah, if I get wound up, then I have to do
My
wind back
chaps.
down. My fracking chaps. They wind me up, so I've got to turn round and wind back down.
As I say, at the end of the day, I'll turn round and I'll clear him.
I clarted him.
I gave him a clip round the ear hole. That was one of my favourites.
Gone well and truly all Essexy today. So I'll wear his bollocks' earrings. I will.
The next day. Do you like him? Squelch.
So has anyone got any amusing stories, any fun happenings to them, any fun anecdotes?
Fun. Well, I've got a tale about where I've been for the last 4 weeks.
Okay.
Because I'm a dirty, scrounging, job-seeking, not having a job person, scum, criminal cunt. I was put on a mandatory work placement.
That's where you belong.
Where I fucking belong. It was at first it was put in a bike shop. For push bikes.
Oh, okay.
But I decided in myself, there's got to be, I'm not going to be able to do this. Because I spoke to the guy, I did like an induction with him. And he said it was going to be sitting out the back, not dealing with any people, and just sitting on Twitter and Twitter and Facebook and stuff, and updating statuses about the company, and then doing a bit of sweeping. And he even told me, he said, our last... I know.
Well, that's not a job.
We have bikes to sell.
It's wasting time in the back room, basically.
Yeah, basically we don't know what to do.
They signed up to this thing, they didn't really know what to do with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I decided, because this is a mandatory thing, I'm still going to try and get something out of it. I'm going to put in as much as I can and get out as much as I can. So I decided this particular placement isn't going to do me any good.
Yeah.
So I asked them if they could change and put me somewhere else.
Okay.
So they said they had one other place, which was in Shoebury, which was the furniture project. It's called. It's run by the Southend Christian Fellowship, which was a little bit like ooh. But it's a charity shop, so it was dealing with people. It was generally getting used to working with people, which is basically what I want to do. Because I'm kind of a people person. But
what?
I'm a people person when I want to be.
I'm a people person, as long as you don't put me around any people.
No, but I wanted to do something that would put me in the mind frame of doing a bit of actual work, actually doing something worthwhile and getting something out of it. You know, actually getting some skills out of it.
Podcasts?
What?
You generally turned into Father Dougal Maguire there. Look at me with these lost eyes.
No, but you know,
should I tell him I think this is shit?
No, but I wanted. Do you know what I mean? I wanted to actually be able to bring something out of it, to actually say that this actually was worth my fucking 4 weeks' time. My mandatory, forced, you have to do this. I wanted to make something of it, you know, make something of a bad situation. Right. So I went off to the charity shop, and the first day was really hard. It started at like 9 in the morning and didn't finish until 6. And yeah, it was all day on my feet. You weren't allowed to sit down at all. We got a half-hour lunch break, but we generally had to stay in the shop. Like that's
Hang on a minute. For 3 hours of work you're doing, you're entitled to an hour's lunch break.
Yeah, I know, but this isn't a job thing. I'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
But so the first day was the hardest because we didn't know what exactly I was supposed to do. So I was just doing everything. Like deliveries would come in because it's a furniture charity shop, not just like a clothes and things.
Yeah.
Like it does a bit of everything, but it was mostly big furniture, like huge. The worst thing was the thing we got on like week 3. It was just this massive sofa bed. It was a big grey sofa bed, and it was huge and it was so heavy, and it took about 4 of us to actually carry it, but it was still just ridiculous. It must have been about like half a bloody ton, this thing. Cause it was just a massive metal frame inside this already 3-4 seater sofa. So like you pull it out and it's this king size bed as well. It was horrible. But yeah, so it's things like that on my first day. By my second day, my CTEC advisor, the woman who put me in this placement, came along and actually gave me my hours, which were 9 until 12, then I get an hour for lunch, and then 1 until 4. Yeah. So that was a lot easier than 9 till 6 with only a half-hour break.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, no, my feet were aching, I was tired and everything, but I felt like I was... I made that joke on Facebook.
Did you?
Someone else was saying I got backache, I got a headache. I went, yeah, no, you got arseache. But anyway,
no, they just blocked me.
I think they deleted the comment or some shit.
Yeah.
I love it when people do that. Anyway, so yeah, you know, I was really tired and knackered, but I did feel like I'd accomplished something because of the nature of the thing.
Yeah.
It's not just selling bikes to like yobos, like yuppies, like the other
Yeah,
places.
but
Because
you
it
weren't
was
even
really
selling
like
them. You were just sitting.
You were just
yeah,
at the back.
Well, they
Yeah.
wanted you to do.
Going, yep, still selling bikes.
they wanted
on Twitter.
they wanted me to sit on my ass and waste time for 6
Yeah.
hours a day, which would have been much more like the time would have dragged on because of the
Yeah,
nature of it.
really dragged.
But because in this charity shop, the days just flew by because
Yeah.
I was constantly doing something. I was constantly up on my feet, getting stuff done, dismantling, remantling, cleaning things. You know, just generally doing a worthwhile thing. And I genuinely felt quite good about it because the people there were fucking lovely. You've never met nicer people. Because they're doing this thing, and I've got to tell you, this charity shop, it's much harder than any full-time work I've ever been involved in or seen other people be involved in. It's the hardest work I've ever witnessed. But these people, they do it out of the goodness of their hearts, and they deal with homeless and people like that mostly. Like, that's what the charity's for.
Yeah.
And I just think it's amazing how they can be so, and they're so funny and nice, just really awesome people. But they really get stuck in. They're not afraid to roll up their sleeves and get it fucking done. And there was this one volunteer that came in. He was a little bit a bit simple, but he was a genuinely nice guy.
Right.
He couldn't read or write or anything, so when he did his induction, I volunteered to read it to him.
Right.
And they thought that was really nice. But yeah, I read him his induction and got him all sorted and stuff. And I found out that he was actually homeless. And he actually chose to volunteer there so that he had somewhere warm to be during the day.
Oh my god.
And that was horrible. And he's
yeah.
such a nice guy as well.
Oh.
And I was just thinking that it's ridiculous how someone can be in that situation in this day and age, you know.
Yeah.
But they all helped him. Like, he stayed in one of the volunteers' homes a few nights during the week and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the Christian Fellowship got him sort of sheltered and got him fed and clothed and everything. It was just really nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought it was really. I was glad to be there, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, it was good. I wouldn't say I enjoyed it because it was incredibly hard work, but I met some really lovely people and I've seen a different side to the whole just charity shops in general, because you think it's just a grotty little shop run by old ladies and they just give the money to.
Speak for yourself. I'm buying stuff from there all the time.
Yeah, no, but you know what I mean.
Train season 1 and 2 a little while ago.
Yeah, I did quite.
But you know what I mean. It's always just like you never really think of it as like what they're actually doing. But in this place, they are really doing some good.
Well, you see, unfortunately, I had the opposite. I was forced to work, as in like rite of passage in this town now. I was forced to work in Sue Rider Care.
Yeah.
Nasty people.
Yeah, exactly. And the British Heart Foundation as well. They're cunts. I don't mind saying that. They're absolute cunts.
You love that word.
I do like that word.
So I know what you mean now. Yeah, it was that just destroyed my will to do anything for a long time.
And you'll find out as well with Sue Ryder and British Heart Foundation, they're paid to do it. They have like CEOs that are on like 80 grand a year. It's just funny how they're the ones who are the biggest arseholes. They're the ones that charge way too much for a jumper kind
That's
of thing.
right. Yeah.
But yeah,
they're always the most expensive ones. Yeah.
But these people are so charitable because like where I was, because I told them that I had like hospital appointments and stuff, and they were really cool about it. They jotted me down as been there the whole day, even though I actually had to go because of I was worried about having my money fucked with.
Yeah,
just
because
things like
obviously
that.
the people
They were
sending
doing-
you on this are not nice people.
Yeah,
as well.
not at all. I'm pretty sure they get a commission for every person whose life they ruin. no, because they do. Like they'll get a commission for every
There's
person.
a lot of truth in that.
Yeah, your advisor will get a commission for every person they get off of benefits, whether that is getting you a job or fucking your life over and stopping your money and making you homeless, like this guy.
Yeah.
Who couldn't even read and write, but he was still expected to look for work, and that's why he was completely homeless, living on the streets.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Fucking disgusting.
Oh, I'm all depressed now.
But no, I was just saying, like they were really, really lovely. They wanted for me to keep in touch with them after I'd finished, to let them know that my health problems aren't too bad, or just let them know what's going on, that kind of stuff, because they genuinely care.
Yeah. Oh.
And yeah, it's good.
Excellent. I think that's nice. I think we ended on a nice little heartwarming story there. Just to know that the world isn't completely full of dicks.
In Shrewsbury of all places.
Yeah, I was thinking when you said Shrewsbury, I was like, oh god, this is going to be bad. And
we were right opposite that horrible place, you know, the one Ben went to, the pupil referral unit. The PRU they call it. It's basically where the lowest of the low should be expelled from the educational system type kids go to.
We saw, this is nothing really to do with the podcast, but we saw him in Basildon the other day.
Who, Ben?
Yeah, the station.
In Basildon.
Oh, what are you doing here? You were just going to court.
What are you doing here, Tom? It's me, and it's Basildon. What do you expect?
So we've really gone off now. People are like, what?
Our brother Ben is a scumbag. Right, carry on.
Well, that's left nothing to the imagination. So thanks for listening. This has been episode 20, the big special 20 episode.
That was so special.
Amazing. Are you being cocky?
You giving it all the jib. Giving it the jib.
You know we don't like jib. You've been told about the jib.
You have been warned.
For the jib. Right. Okay, I've been Murray Curry.
Hey. I've been Flat the Younger.
No, I've been the
and he's been Gagaman.
And I've been the guy that's barely got to say anything.
That's not true.
A bit more gay news is obviously I'm going to be trying to get my CSCS card so I can get a job. So I might not be around next week or the week after. So you've only just got me back, and you have to go.
So it's a good thing you got in all the gifts that you wanted.
Yeah,
enough for the last month and for the next 2 weeks.
I've got my backlog of so it's all good. Thanks everybody.
Thanks for listening.
You'll play some music next time. Live music.
Yeah. Bye.